Welcome to Solo Camino's winter trip. Every 3 months or so, I have to journey to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma to meet with suppliers to our company. I enjoy my job, and this requires me to leave my RV, get in my car, and head, in this case, north of Interstate 45 to Oklahoma City. It's about a 8-hour drive to Oklahoma City from Houston, and normally I will stop a few times. It would be 7 hours if I didn't stop. It'll be longer if I am able to have lunch or dinner with my brother Kevin and his wife Kathy. The sooner I hit the road, the sooner I get there, so I'm off. I'd been watching the weather, so I knew that I was going to be not just going north, but going back into winter weather. Was not looking forward to that. One of the stops I decided to make was in Huntsville, Texas. This is the home of Sam Houston, who was the first president of the Republic of Texas, and its first governor once it became a state. It was a very nice, interesting building that they had built in semblance of what his house looked like. They also had a nice little amphitheater that had his face as the backdrop to the amphitheater. It seemed like everyone would rub his nose, so I walked down and rubbed his nose too. I hope it was for good luck in my journeys. Then I turned the path and I saw the gigantic statue of Sam Houston's that normally you see from the road. I went out and I looked at this approximately 45-foot tall statue of the man, and I've got to say it was an interesting perspective, but not much else to see. So then I just decided to head back to the car. And I was off to see the next stop on my journey up to Oklahoma City, which I had planned to do. And this stop was a little bit further up the road in Huntsville also, and it was the Texas State Prison Museum. And this is the building which was designed to look like a Texas State prison with the towers and the walls. This was a pretty picture of a horse. Unfortunately, it was also in a picture of a chain gang. The museum had several displays, some that really, in fact, bothered me, some that I felt were not that important. But this was one that really bothered me because it showed the implements and an advertisement that was discussing the torture of prison inmates, the ball and chain. This is what I enjoyed, the soap art of the inmates themselves, where they would take soap and make art out of it. I was fascinated by this activity, down to and including even the chessboard that you see in front of you right now. I thought this was very, very interesting, and the hours and the talent really impressed me. This purse was made out of cigarette wrappers, and this set of dominoes was also made by a prisoner. I felt this was important, and the clock as well. What I did not film was Old Sparky, as they say. I didn't stop at my brother's in Dallas, and instead I headed up to Oklahoma City, where they were having an RV and boat show. Ashley and I went to the boat show and the RV show, and I was shocked by the prices of the boats. The RVs I was expecting, but the boats were running in the $200,000 mark, which I found outrageous. We expected to see RV accessories, but there weren't any. We were disappointed on that. We did go to a restaurant that was really interesting, and here it is. They had a machine that delivered the food automatically, and a waiter then would take it off and put it on the table, and then the machine would return itself back. That afternoon I covered my vehicle with a tarp because I was afraid of an ice storm coming, and it's easier to uncover your vehicle when it's tarped. I went to Walmart to pick up some chili ingredients, and this is what I found. The city of Oklahoma City was preparing for a 24 to 36 hour 6-inch snowstorm, and the entire store was empty, as well as the entire gym was empty the morning that the snow started. The gentleman was the only other gentleman in there, And I asked him, and yes, he was from South Dakota, not Oklahoma. I thought this was so depressing because Oklahomans are stronger than that. And when I say this is the snow that we got, this is the snow that shut down that city. I would call this a dusting, and yet they cleared out the shelves from the restaurants and they emptied out the gyms. This is the road conditions because they did not cover. And here you can see by looking down below, the snow was not that thick. In front of me, you can normally see Oklahoma City downtown, but the snow was at least this falling thick enough that you couldn't see that. And here's a picture of the Oklahoma Capitol as we drove by. And this is another road where the snow is not that thick, but because they lack snow plows, they don't clear the road. At the end of the week, I discovered that when it was 0 degrees, -1, I was going to have to go to Iowa to attend a meeting in Cedar Rapids. So on that Monday morning, I got up in the cold, drove the 10 hours. This is Kansas City in front of you, to Cedar Rapids. And here I am crossing the border into Iowa, and here I am driving into Cedar Rapids itself. It was a long 20 hours total to get there.
This is my diet peach tea that's been in my truck all night.
At -2 degrees.
Pause it to take the lid off. I already poured one bottle in, and I'm going to pour my second bottle in. So it should melt the ice. That is amazing.
What you're seeing is the liquid, after it leaves the bottle under pressure, freeze, and eventually climbs back up the spout into the bottle.
Oh look, it's freezing into the bottle. It's turning Slurpee into the bottle. That's amazing.
You can tell by my voice how much that impressed me. The next night, I was able to take my friend John and his mom Carolyn out to dinner, and we had a wonderful time. And then, after the week of meetings, it was time to head back to Oklahoma City. I stopped and drove through Kansas City. I love the Russell Stover's building because it has a great big bow on it, like a chocolate box. I think that's really cool. And this time I went down through Arkansas rather than heading down through Oklahoma and Kansas. I got to Fort Smith, and I went to the Fort Smith Historical Monument, which is about the hanging Judge Parker. That's his courthouse to the left of the front of the red brick building, and what's closest to you is the jailhouse. This is the gallows. They were rebuilt, but it's a representation of the gallows that people were hung on. The site was closed due to the inclement weather, but this, as you can see on the right, is the courthouse. The left is the jail. I had been in it before, but I wanted to get some videos of it because it's really cool. They had a carousel jail system in there, but unfortunately it was closed due to the inclement weather. As it was a fort before it was a courthouse, they still have cannons there from the old fort. Then it was up Old Highway 64 to my own stopping grounds. This is Sallisaw, Oklahoma, a place where I grew up very near. This was the county seat of the school that I went to. I got my glasses here. My dentist was located here. After spending the night in Oklahoma City, I headed south through Arbuckle Mountains, and I had me some fried pies. They were delicious. This is the facade of a casino on the Oklahoma-Texas border that it amazes me every time I drive by how in Oklahoma they tried to recreate the world all the way from China to Europe. And as it was on the border, soon I was back into Texas on my way down to Houston. And this time I would stop and see my brother Kevin and his wife Kathy, and I would also see their puppy Snoop Dogg. This was him in November when he was a little puppy and I first met him. And then later on, this is a picture of Snoop Dogg when I saw him in February. He had grown considerably. The sun setting on my drive through Texas back to Houston. It was late when I finally got into Houston, and I was able to get back to Darla's house and to pull into where my RV was still luckily setting. I was grateful to see home. After a trip that felt like it was all driving and conference rooms. And here's some fabulous meals. A Birria quesadilla, a fabulous hamburger with jalapenos on it. Really good. A wonderful Reuben sandwich I had in Oklahoma City. Great chili that I actually made at Ashley's house that we had when it was snowing while I went to Walmart. And finally, one of my favorite pizzas in the world at Tommaso's Pizzas in Cedar Rapids, the Detroit Dish Pizza. And as always, thank you for watching another episode of Solo Camino.